If you're planning to make an action-packed superhero movie, you have to at least give your hero some sort of obstacle to overcome. Otherwise, your hero would be nothing but a hollow shell. Either if it's Tony Stark learning from all the mistakes he's made, Peter Parker trying to balance his two lives, or other plotlines, I don't know. The most popular choice for writers are, of course, supervillains. What's not to like about villains, you know? They drive the plot forward, cool action scenes, entertaining monologuing.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing!
But for most movie lovers like me, we always have a grooming question in our minds, like, how do you actually write a menacing villain? Because most villains on modern day media tend to not really pan out, you know, like a Steppenwolf. So for the past week, I've collected 3 ways you could potentially make your villain an actually terrifying one. Now all of these are just in my opinion after all the movies I've watched, all the media I've absorbed, you know. Wasted a lot of time, but who cares? It's good research. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. There can be 2 types of evil motivation, alright? Either if it's something the villain wants to destroy or the villain thinking he's in the right. The best villain with good motivation, at least in my opinion, is Thanos. Yada yada, many videos, essays already made about the Mad Titan, but why can I not include him? He not only fits the 2 ways to be scary already, but it is his goal that really shines. He is the remaining survivor of his planet's extinction due to overpopulation, so he decides to make it his life's mission to eliminate half of all life. Therefore,
balancing the universe.
To him, it is a very good thing and he is truly benefiting everyone he sees. Although he should have just doubled the resources, you know what I'm saying? Something What If actually did. And he is willing to spill bloodshed if it forwards his mission. And when he collects all the Infinity Stones, having the power of the entire universe in his hands, able to wipe the floor clean against every hero in the movie, he instead chooses to finish his job by snapping his fingers. There were no more conflict, no more battle, just grief. In some sense, it meant that Thanos won actually. Then Endgame happened, blah blah blah, yeah, everyone knows. Yet, slightly in my opinion, Endgame Thanos is slightly more menacing than Infinity War's Thanos. He witnessed his death in the future and he's just there like, nyeh. Which can also slightly make your villain crazier, cause they don't fear death. What triggers his rage the most is when he realizes that his snaps will be undone anyways, he decides to completely change his narrative and decides to eliminate half of all life. It was a very crazy climax, I'm sure everyone has seen it already. Captain America worthy, Spider-Man insta-kill, Avengers assemble, Tony Stark arc meta! This movie is crazy, man. Although Thanos lost in the end, there's no denying he left a mark on the franchise. Boy, I wish Phase 4 villains are as cool. Narrowing it down, a villain's goal can be something we empathize with, just like with Thanos. A villain that is not there to be a hassle for the hero to deal with, but a character that serves the story some justice. Like Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf in the Justice League only plans to collect 3 mother boxes and that's his entire plan actually. Zack Snyder then sees what his vision had become and he decides to make Steppenwolf
Can you guys see the difference?
He becomes more than just a CGI generated model. We can feel that he's really trying hard to prove his worth to Darkseid in order to return back to his planet. That itself completely steps up Steppenwolf from 2017. He now has hesitation, relief, emotions, and just, I don't know, better writing. Which left us with the well-performed Snyder Cut. Boy, DC had a better year than Marvel this year.
Wait. Hold on. You can tell it's me. And you, my friend, are a true hero.
Thank you. That means everything, coming from you.
Oh, stop it. So, what happens if, I don't know, I do this? No, you're just another useless fucking blind guy.
Alright, Homelander. He is the biggest baddie of the Amazon Prime series The Boys, and it is embarrassing to admit this, but Homelander gave me nightmares. Anytime he's on screen, the level of anxiety is just through the roof. He is narcissistic on a whole new level, only caring about his public image more than anything else. And he is willing to do anything in order to keep his view in check, and I do mean anything. Now he has many perks that makes him this imposing. First is his power differential. Putting another hero next to Homelander is always unnerving cause you already know what he is capable of doing. Next is his history. It's not just Homelander that has this unique perk. Hannibal Lecter from the Silence of the Lambs series also insanely terrifying because of his evil history. We know about the stories of him murdering and eating his victims. In that scene where he beats up the security guard, we already knew he was a goner. Homelander murdered thousands in combat, committing many war crimes in his life. And knowing that the public still loves him after all that really makes you wanna applaud the writers, you know? Villains in most movies can sometimes have a change of heart by the hero, like Doc Ock in the Raimi trilogies, basically reasoning and understanding the villain. But let's put Homelander in perspective. Do you think this maniac can be reasoned? We seem to not understand Homelander. All his childhood, he was raised in a science lab. He was only created for company branding. He is very unpredictable. We never know what his true goals are. In hindsight, he wants to be loved by the public, but unfortunately, he finds that not a problem. He can go from jerking on the Empire State Building to slicing a plane in midair. This guy just can't take a break. It's like learning about a dangerous illness you have. For you, mentally, it will be easier for you to take in because you know you have it. But it's the fear of the unknown that makes a villain important and terrifying. I'm not trying to say you should make your villain a psychopath, but you should make your villain a psychopath that we fear. One that has actual motivation for doing evil and an interesting plot that can fit the villain perfectly. And that, my friend, is unpredictability.
Hi.
So here is Thanos. And here is the villain from the Green Lantern movie. Let's play a quiz. Guess the key differences between both characters. I'm just kidding, let me show you.
What it's like to lose. Now, there's no time at all.
Just because a villain is loud and screamy doesn't mean they are scary. To cut the men some slack, maybe let them scream when they have to. However, an intimidating villain is someone that conveys his goals and schemes clearly without having to drop the room down. A great example is Heath Ledger's Joker is by far my favorite Joker portrayals. You can't change my mind. Joker in The Dark Knight is pretty calm even though he's a laughing machine. Yet every time he's on screen we feel very intimidated. When he is interrogated by Batman, he fully conveys that Batman is putting Gotham in an environment of escalation. Something Commissioner Gordon warned about in the first film.
What about escalation?
Escalation.
We start carrying semi-automatics, they buy automatics.
And he doesn't lash out, yell, or act aggressively. It's just a plain old Joker sharing his thoughts. But we feel so concerned whenever he's saying these things, as he licks his scars, slaps his lips, and just talks. The movie brought one of cinema's most influential villains in history. Due to the fact I love this movie so much, I'm gonna be using another example from this film. When Joker disrupts Harvey Dent's fundraiser, this was actually the first time Maggie
Gyllenhaal,
the actor of Rachel Dawes, was exposed to Heath's Joker on set. She was totally shocked at how menacing he looks. Heath Ledger improvised the script by holding the knife closer to her face while making up a fake backstory about himself. Which goes to show that Joker is an unreliable narrator. Which means he can't be reasoned as well. He's just a full-blown psycho that wants to
Watch the world burn.
That is excellent character development. This is how you should make a villain scary. With the intimidating Joker and improvisation from Heath Ledger makes this one of the most famous scenes from The Dark Knight. And that, my friend, is intimidating yet calm. I don't want to make this outro too long because making this video already took a lot of my week. I have a personal life, guys, okay? I'm human too. I broke my promise of uploading 2 weeks. I'm pretty late already. Just understand that these videos are very hard to make, alright? I love making these type of content, so I hope you subscribe and support my work in the future. Until the next upload, be sure to follow my other social media accounts for more of me than commentary. Alright, I gotta go grind bad business.
Yeehaw!